I'm fucking back. Alright, listen. We're gonna play a bunch of fucking vampire and bone nonsense. A game about a fucking family of limey twats. That's an interesting way to say the word twat. Who get like a family whip that was used for some fucking bondage shit back in the fucking 6th century. And they used the fucking whip to whip some to whip some fucking bastards in like a sex position. And then they fucking, hey, we need to get that Dracula fuck boy. So we fucking go to his fucking castle with the whip, because we're big fucking strong masculine men, and like whip him in the fucking dick, and like make like 6 sexy times with the bats in the dungeon, and make it like real fucking sweaty and hot. God, that's what Castlevania is. So we're gonna play that game, except this one's about the fucker's son. After he got whipped, he was like, "Son, you need to avenge me," and then the son was like, "No, Dad, you're a dick. So I'm gonna show up at your fucking house and egg it and piss all over your fucking ottomans." That's this game. It's called Castlevania Symphony of the Piss. Thank you very much. Oh, shitty Nami. They had such a bad Comic-Con booth this year too. It was just Yu-Gi-Oh. That was it. It was just all Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh my god. God damn. Hang on a second. It's gotta be a settings where I can actually make the video lock into a decent resolution. 800 by fucking 600. Let's see if that fucking shit works. Yeah, we'll do. I'm gonna try to get. I gotta stop talking like that. But there's just some weird resolution problem. I've never used this before. I've never played a Saturn game in my life, to be honest. So this is a new experience for me. Get wrecked, Dracula. That's what I'm gonna do when I fucking see you. I'm gonna say, get wrecked. It's me, your fucking son with the backwards name. Oh, yeah, Dad was fucking real drunk when he did the fucking backwards name bit, huh? Oh, great. Look at my fucking son. He's like me, except his fucking name is spelled backwards. Oh, man, what a fucking clever idea that was. Dick. There we go. I got it, guys. I figured it out. I figured out how to do the resolution. But then it keeps defaulting back to, oh, I hate that already. Oh, that's just a bundle of diseases that, because you can't even really get the resolution right. I don't know what resolution this is right now. That means this game already has fucked up resolution because it's on Saturn. And now it's going to be even more fucked up. Ooh. God, that's fucking loud. Good joke, Dad. Yeah, oh, yeah, fucking spell the name backwards. Wait, is this the Japanese version? Or is there just Japanese text? I'm playing this version for better quality music and for extra areas. I know this isn't 100% the superior version by any means, but I want to check out the new areas that are in this. There is no English version for the Saturn. Oh. Oh, well, I guess we're not doing the fucking Saturn version then. Well, yeah, we're going to be switching to the PlayStation version very, very shortly, because apparently this game was never released in the US. And I did not know that. Hey, but let's check this out at least for a sec, shall we? Let's see what... Let's see what it looks like. And we get some nice Japanese voice acting. Translation: what is a man but a miserable little pile of secrets? Desu.
現に人間どもは欲望によって発展し、信仰によって統率されてきたではないか。人間は力だけでは統率できない。敬い、慈しむ心があるからこそ統率ができるのだ。くだらん。どちらが正しい。
There it is.
死をもって分からせてやる。
シクレット。I'm not rolling with it. I wish the people that told me to play this one told me that it wasn't translated into English. Like, there is story here that I want to read. I want to get again. Alright, hang on. We're not doing this. So, I have a question. Is the Xbox 360 version of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which I own, available on the Xbox One? Like, is there a way, if anyone here has both of these wonderful pieces of equipment that I only use for TV, can they tell me if there is a way to download it? No. Okay, well, guess what? Microsoft. Fix that shit. Microsoft, you should definitely find a way to emulate a game that you're emulating anyway. Okay, so if you'll give me a moment here, I'm going to go ahead and fix this problem. I actually own the game, but I'm not setting up my PlayStation for streaming. My PlayStation 2, I could always maybe play it on. But I'm trying to think of convenience purposes. I might not want to do that, actually, because there's probably a number of reasons why I wouldn't want to play this game on my PlayStation 2 right now. I'm not going to fully get into why. Let's just say it involves extra steps for streaming, and it involves my controllers being kind of crapped. At this point, my controllers for my PS2 are very sticky. Now, I know what you're thinking. Vin, why are you jizzing on your controllers? And the answer is video games make me very, very excited. And also, I don't have a very good answer above that. So there's just that, really. And some of the buttons stick and don't actually press properly because they're so old. So, you know, we just gotta wait like 2 or 3 minutes and then I can play the game. So you guys having a good night? Everyone, everyone getting sticky on their controllers? The PSP version of this game has new translation and voice acting, which is much better, unless you want the memes. I don't know how to play PSP games, so instead, what I have is this version, which I'd rather do the classic PlayStation 1 version anyway. Shame about the Saturn version. Shame there was never a version that had all the extra content, but with, you know, the PlayStation graphics and playability. It would have been nice if the Xbox 360 version had the extra areas, because the Saturn version has, you can choose different characters, you get different weapons, and there are also different areas. There's the underground garden, which is a secret area. I'm looking at it right now, actually. Yeah, there's a video of it if you want to check it out. The frame rates in the Saturn version aren't so great, so maybe it's better off that this didn't happen. Some weird looking enemies. But this game is fun because you can really cheap this game out, like really, really hard. Like here, let me show you the best enemy by far. The happy treecock penis, who drops little fruits. Little fruits of itself on the ground. And that's where Apple Dave came from. Or in Italian, it would be pomodoro. No, it's a tomato. Okay, I don't know how to say apple in Italian. All right, so pomodoro Davido, which is tomato Dave. What is wrong with me? All right, we're making Symphony of the Night happen. Give me just a second. I'm just doing some last minute things to get this ready. What the fuck? How do you say apple in Italian? Apple in Italian. Mela. Yeah, I took Italian for 4 years of my life. Maybe 5, actually, now that I think about it. 5. And I remember about as much as I remember about each of you. Like, on a whole. Which isn't much, considering there's thousands of you. Okay, guys, we're close. We're getting close. Yes. Please work. Wow, the last thing I loaded was Star Wars Masters of Teras Kasai. For my shitty Star Wars vs. Star Trek shitty game segment. And here it is. Yes. Did you see the edge? We got a problem. The music is crackling. Any recommendations for music plugins? Not that I just said plugins or anything like that, but did anyone maybe have a suggestion? We don't need crackles. We don't need crackles. We want to sound. The music is one of the best parts of this game. Okay. You don't hear sounds like that too much these days. I love these early PlayStation 1 cutscene graphics. A non-textured castle. When you get closer to it, it becomes a little bit more textured. Oh my god, the textures. Woo. Woo-wee, Rick! Those are some good textures. Yeah. Yeah, cheap. So if you've never played this game, or if you've never seen anyone play this game, you're in for a treat. This is one of my favorite games ever made. Don't get hit for a status boost. Oh, I'm definitely gonna get hit. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, man. There's no point to going up there. That's all for show. Alright, now you can see what the fuck Dracula and Richter were talking about earlier. And again, if you've never seen this game, I know there's plenty of people here who have never played this game, have never seen it. This is a famous video game conversation.
Die, monster.
Listen to the voice acting.
In this world.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
The script.
Tribute?
The voice
You
acting.
steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
It's a little early to
Your
get into that
words are
philosophy
as
shit.
empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man?
Glass.
A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you?
And there it is. There's the meme. Everyone was just exposed to the Castlevania Symphony of the Night meme. And immediately, the first hit possible, I take. Whoa. Actually, there is a way to do this and not take damage. If you just do your attack and then kind of destroy the fire, or you just do that. But I don't have the mental capabilities for that right now. Yeah. And to do the jump, you have to do down, up, jump. That's how you do that. Well, the easiest section of the game, and I'm already dead. Fuck my life. Do the exact opposite of what I'm doing, and you too can take this section on with no damage. Anyway, that's a freebie. But the game's over. Thank you for watching. Okay, that was incorrect. There's supposed to be a picture on that of the boss battle. Like, that's supposed to be a photograph of the boss battle. It was Richter Belmont, the legendary vampire hunter, who succeeded in finally ending the menace of Count Dracula, Lord of the Vampires, who had been brought back from the grave by the Dark Priest Shaft. Why is his name Shaft? One night, 4 years later, under the glare of the full moon, Richter mysteriously vanished. With no idea of where to begin her search, Maria Renard set out to look for him. It was then that fate intervened. Castlevania, the Castle of Dracula, which is rumored to appear once every century, suddenly materialized from out of the mist as if to show her the way. Meanwhile, powerful forces were struggling for the soul of a man named Alucard, the very same Alucard who had teamed up with Trevor Belmont to battle his immortal father, Count Vlad Tepes, or Tepesh, Dracula, whatever. Alucard, in order to purge the world of his own cursed bloodline, had submerged his vampiric powers and entered into what was supposed to be an eternal slumber. But now he is awake and aware of the evil once again at work in his homeland. The time has once again come for the forces of good and evil to engage in their ancient battle. Dracula's castle beckons for you. No man can say who shall emerge victorious. I feel like there's going to be some problems with, like, graphics, considering that photo didn't quite work. Yeah, he's pretty fast, this Alucard guy. He's faster than his legs move. I briefly met the voice actor who does Alucard's voice at Too Many Games. So I'm Alucard, I'm the son of Dracula. Like I said, I'm the twat with the clever backwards name. music is amazing in this game. Anyway, you'll notice that I immediately have this incredible stuff. This is broken equipment. It's really, really good equipment. And there is actually a way to keep this equipment. It's a glitch, but there is a way to do it. I don't know how to do it, but I've watched speedruns where they have found a way to... Because you lose the equipment very, very shortly. And the beautiful thing about that is you start out so powerful, and then you're reduced to a miserable little pile of secrets within the first 5 minutes of the game. Now, the starting gear isn't the best gear in the game, but it's pretty damn good. And if you start with it, if you manage to find a way to keep it with a glitch, you're pretty much set for most of the game. But I'm not gonna do that. I mean, not that I even know how to do that. Do I remember the spells? No.
Alucard, what is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
Still befriending mortals. I'll not ask you to return to our side, but I demand you cease your attack.
I will not.
You shall regret those words. We will meet again. What?
The swirlies. Mr. Skutal in the swirly sky has disabled my weapons. He's taken them away from me. I mean, you don't know this, but I mean, fucking, it's sad because Death was like a second father to Alucard, and now Alucard is being a dick. Alucard comes into this place, and he's like, yeah, I think I want to kill Dad. And his Uncle Death, who read him bedtime stories at night about the mean Mr. Skeleton. It's like, yo, what do you mean, Alucard? Like, we was family.
Yes, sit on Death's lap, Miss Alucard. Let me read you a bedtime story. The brave little skeleton. One day, on his way home from the graveyard from a good spoop, the brave little skeleton decided that he wanted to go on an adventure. Wait, you're sleeping already, Alucard? Am I that boring?
Death, you killed me again. Death, you touched me by accident. I'm dead again. Dad had to bring me back to life.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. It's just a habit.
So this right here is the marble gallery. This is the part of the castle that everyone is ushered through for a nice dinner. Like, you go through here. This is where Dracula shows off. Like, you start at the entrance, and then he makes you walk through the marble gallery. Just basically to show off his shit. Like, I try to find the form and function of the Castlevania castles, and most times, I can't figure it out. I mean, sure, it's a demigod vampire lord, but, you know, you wonder, like, is all of this necessary? There's a leather shield. Shields are not really that useful as far as I remember. Red skeleton's gonna step on the switch. For like a second, you get a brief opportunity. I might be able to use it. Go, skeleton. No. I forgot how that works. So it's like Super Metro. If you've never played this game, I know I'm explaining this, and I'm sure most people here have seen or played this game and know that it's legendary, but for people who haven't, it's a very, very Metroid-like game. This was one of the first games in the series, in this series, in the Castlevania series, that really, I mean, it brought the series back to life in many ways, even though it wasn't really dead, actually. I'd say the Castlevania series was thriving when this one came out, but it wasn't as thriving as when this came out, because this really, I think, set a new bar. It raised the bar for the Castlevania franchise. Some of the purists didn't like it because they wanted more of the platforming, action platformer that Castlevania used to be. But for many others, this was definitely a masterpiece, and it was very, very highly rated when it came out, and widely regarded as a modern classic. So, in other words, rest in peace, Castlevania franchise. Castlevania is now about goth titties and pachinko. That's what the series has evolved into. What was the, what the fuck was that video? There was something, some Konami game or cutscene or movie or something where it was just, like, tits. It was just tits. Like, big, sloppy boobs. And that was apparently the game. Bloodstained. Do you not remember Bloodstained? I am one of the... There's a clan for Vinesauce and Bloodstained. I am actually a part of that game. Somewhat. I'm almost definitely missing secrets. I probably missed a bunch of shit already, but... Like I said, I'm just going for a casual playthrough. That's all I ever do, so... Yeah, shields are useful. Just for projectiles, they're definitely useful. Just not something I used a lot, I guess. For some reason, I never thought to use shields. And that's the first boss, too. They give you a nice double boss. I think it was Rondo of the Night. Rondo of the Night. Rondo of Blood. I think that was... They were actually some of the last bosses. Like right before Drac. What were their names? Sodom and Gomorrah? Whoa, 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 I gotta click back into the screen. Oh my god. I clicked out of the screen and my character just kept going left. Against my will. Whoops. Yeah, the knife is a little bit worse. But it has a little bit faster attack speed, so I like it. I just accidentally did something that I don't know how to do. Okay, how do you do that again, exactly? Wait a minute. Hellfire, it's, up... Oh, okay. There it is. Blah, 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 blah. Get used to it. You're gonna be hearing it a lot. So there's a bunch of spells that you can do. I forgot most of them. I'll have to fuck around or just look up a list or something. When I'm not ball stabbing X-Men. How do you, Squishy, hello, by the way. How do you... Best music right here, by the way. I don't know how to shield dash. There it is. That ruins the music. That really does. I will never ever get sick of this song.
Wait a moment. You seem human, and yet, what do you here?
What do you hear?
I've come to destroy this castle.
Then we have the same purpose. I'll trust you for now. I'm Maria. Who are you?
Alucard.
Not the talkative type, I can see. Well, perhaps we'll meet again. If you live that long. Farewell.
Alucard. It has some of the voice acting is okay. Some of it's pretty cheesy, but it's you know, it is what it is. Early era PlayStation game. You know, they weren't as concerned, and also like the fucking localization teams weren't quite as prepared for shit like this. Like, this is just off the Super Nintendo era of games, so I mean, you know, Metal Gear Solid was probably the game that really set the standard for voice acting in games, and this is just before that. Yep. I believe the name of that enemy is the Ouija table. I always got a kick out of that you have to fight a table in this game. Okay, Bones. That's 3. that was really good, Mr. Scootal. Good job. Oh, I remember there's a thing up here. Yeah. Wow, it's amazing how, like, so much of this game, so many of these rooms and enemies are just ingrained into my skull forever. Some of it's not. I mean, it's a big game, fairly, and I definitely have forgotten a lot of things. So you'll probably see me wander around aimlessly a little bit here and there, but generally, this game really has this incredible, like, potent kind of just distinct feel to it. Like, I don't think they ever quite got this good with the visuals and the audio. Like, the Game Boy Advance Castlevanias were good. The DS ones were also pretty damn good. I really love those games. But I don't think they ever quite got as good as this one. I mean, this is a game I spent hours on just farming enemies so I can get all the last, like, all the final items. You know, just any of the dumb rare items that you have to kill 1,000 of the same enemy for, I would do that for this game. And I'll tell you what, I'll tell you guys a little story. I remember I was sick, and I was home from school for like 3 weeks. I had some pretty nasty bullshit, whatever it was. I don't know what it was. But I was home from school for a long time. And I was probably, this was like 2 years after this game came out. So I was a late comer to this game. And I remember telling my parents if they could find a copy of it to get it for me. You know, because this was just as I got sick, just as I was home from school. And they found a used copy for like 15 bucks. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. So they got it for me, and I just spent all of that time sick, home from school, just engrossing myself in this game. I was just about to fucking press the button and use the ham. I was just about to use the ham, guys. I was focusing on talking to you guys. I forgot to pay attention to the game. How far back did it put me? I was probably right near a checkpoint too. No, this isn't that bad actually. I can tolerate this. So yeah, those are my Symphony of the Night memories. And the soundtrack was just, it was amazing. I remember just playing the game, leaving certain areas on the fucking screen just so I could listen to the soundtrack. Like, oh, I'll chill out here in the Marble Gallery for a while, or the, you know, wherever this is. Is this the Marble Gallery still? And I would just listen to the music. Another game that I played while I was sick was Wind Waker. I remember when Wind Waker came out, I also had some kind of, I don't know what the fuck it was, but I was in high school at the time, and yeah, I stayed home. Wow, I just realized I got sick a lot. When did Wind Waker come out? That was 2003? What was that? Like, March of 2003? It was March of 2003. Yeah, I was in high school for that. I was a senior, and I was home for, again, probably like another 3 weeks. Like, I don't know what the hell it was that got me so fucking sick. But, whatever it was, probably just shitty kids. It's like snotty, like rancid children whose parents just sent them to school because they were like, no, you can't miss ever. You will never miss a day of school as long as I live. So, got a new weapon. And it's gone already. Cool, huh? No, that's why I always say, like, I hate people that, like, when they're sick, they go out and hang out, or they'll, like, give you a big hug, and they won't tell you they're sick until afterwards. I think that is just a scummy move. And the reason I think it's so scummy is because I've been on the receiving end of that sickness. Cheaped out the fucking Cthulhu. Yeah, cheap him out. We actually looped around. For a fucking shield potion, no less. Yeah, there's some minor graphical glitching. We gotta fight the fucking mini boss again. He's not even a mini boss, but he feels like one because he's got some pretty nasty attacks this early in the game. Look at that. Look at that damage. Oh, I just have this shitty armor. I think that's it, yeah. So yeah, I've definitely, like the whole sickness thing, I remember there were some good video game sessions. I also remember when I was in grade school, I would play Zelda, Link to the Past, when I woke up. Like, I loved that game so much. I would play it when I woke up before school, and I would make progress in a dungeon, and I would leave you... 15 hours. Again, I literally had the pause button. Like, the pause button was just there, and I was ready to use my ham. Fuck going down that way. How's that sound? Fuck any of that. My rage is only surpassed by how tired I am. My rum ham was so close to being ready to be used. That was a very overcomplicated sentence. That sentence did not need to come out like that, but it did. So, I was just saying, like, I used to play Link to the Past before school, and then I would leave it on, and then my mom would shut the system off because it was wasting electricity. So all my progress would be removed. Even if I told her not to, she would just do it anyway. I'll get some sleep soon. I'm actually gonna be readjusting my sleep schedule based on Comic-Con time. So my alarm is set earlier, and I'm gonna try to go to bed earlier. Meaning, as soon as I'm done here, it's not even, I'm not staying up. I'm just going straight to bed. I'm going to attempt to maybe not so much fix my sleep schedule as adjust it a little bit. Maybe an hour or two. Oh, that's cool, Southbird. So you did the Game Genie stuff too? Man, Game Genie was like corruptions and cheats and all this stuff that you weren't supposed to do all in one. So good. Teddy KX says, I'll give that a week. You're probably right, that's the sad thing. I don't want to agree with you, but I'm almost probably going to agree with you. My attempted sleep schedule adjustment will last maybe 1 week. I love this enemy. It's so fucking weak though, you don't even get a chance to appreciate it. that relic that I got earlier that displays the names of the enemies. I'm gonna have to go back and get that at another point. Yeah, something's a little fucky with the those things are in this thing right here is in Hyrule Warriors. Okay. Yeah. Wow. My sub-weapon is definitely not great for this. Let's go back to the axe. Wow, do you die? Yeah. Do I know how to get the jewel knuckle early? No, I don't. Some great music too. From now on, whatever wall meat I get is just ham. I'm just gonna call it ham. That's all there is to it. Go down into the hole and hold down. Oh, I used to know about that trick. Alright, can do that. How long do you hold down for? Was it like... Oh, there goes any chances of beating, Nightman. Defender of the day, man. Those aren't the fucking lyrics. So yeah, you hold down here for a little bit. 30 seconds. Alright, so this is gonna be a little bit of a wait. Not moving. I swear to God. someone could end up like starting a rumor that I have to do something stupid like this in another game, and if enough people said, "No, Vinny, you really do it. It's good," I'd probably do it. You aren't supposed to crouch. You have to stand up and stay still. Oh. Okay. Too far left position. I'm not holding down. You're not supposed to press any buttons. See, now here we go. Now we have the misinformation. Then we have the lost in translation. Then there's the game of telephone, where one person says it, and another bunch of people say it. There it is. You can't get stoned with the Mirror Curious. So there it is. There's a pretty good weapon early. Does it have any... No. Yeah, what does this say for it? Jewel reinforced knuckles. Some weapons have, like, hidden moves. Or, like, secrets. Like, you can do a semicircle or a quarter circle, and you might be able to do something a little bit more powerful. I'm telling you, nut punches are best. See how powerful that shit is? It increases the drop rate of jewel-type items on enemies. I'll tell you what, we will do one more boss, since we're very close. To this boss. And it's late, and I gotta check art, so we'll just do a quick doppelganger fight. Doppelganger, as Carl Pilkington would say. The jewel knuckles definitely make that a lot easier. Oh, what's up, Froob? Frobert von Liechtenstein. I bet Fred is probably in his glory. Lately, I've been streaming Metal Gear and Castlevania, two of his favorite series. Which is, whoa, both Konami. Wow. That's a shame. Well, rest in peace. Two great series. Do a double save, and then we'll check the art. I am done, though. I am done streaming. It's been probably longer than I wanted to stream tonight. Way longer. So, hey, we got some really interesting things today. I defused bombs. We did Tomodachi. I played Battlefront. It's pretty good. A lot of stuff. It was a good day. I enjoyed this. It was nice because I didn't have to walk around for fucking 4 hours in a crowded, like, giant clusterfuck cesspool. It wasn't that bad. I do love Comic-Con. I just thought clusterfuck cesspool would be a funny thing to say. It's really good to be able to stream and not have to do anything and just relax a little bit. Gotta be honest, my upper back sucks. I feel it like it's not as bad as it was yesterday, but it's sore. It's not used to, you know, the amount of traveling with a loaded book bag and camera, and my upper back. It's like when you do a workout and you feel sore from that. That's how my upper back feels. In fact, if I move a certain way, I can very, very easily feel it, the soreness of it, and it blows. There's really nothing else to it. So it's nice to not have to aggravate that further, which is why when people are like, Vin, why don't you go Sundays to Comic-Con? I can't do more than 3, man. 3 is definitely a good number. That's definitely the sweet spot.